So to begin with, I just want to do a few stretches through the neck and the shoulders, just to loosen up. You can do these standing, but just to stay in shot, I'll stay on my knees. So you just can take your hand onto the side of your head and tilt your head over towards one shoulder. So you should feel a nice stretch along the muscles that connect your neck and your shoulder. And if you reach that arm long and away from you, it should just increase that. Taking nice deep breaths, stay nice and upright through the body. Breathe. Then release slowly on the other side. So take your hand onto your head, tilting to the side. Reach the arm out nice and long. So you're stretching down the side of your neck into your shoulder. Good, relaxing there. Okay, we're going to go into our neutral position. So laying on our back, knees bent, feet on the floor. Remembering we're taking the knees hip width apart, not knocking in, not splaying out. Arms resting down beside you. You've got that curve underneath your lower back. So laying here, we just take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking these nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to remember, same as yesterday, those hips stay nice and level. Imagine you have a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. We stay relaxed through the upper body, shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. Weight is evenly placed through those feet, big toe, little toe and heel. Just gently tighten through the tummy. Now what we're going to do is add in our pelvic tilt. So as you exhale, you're going to tuck the pelvis under, flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out, back to your curved position. So tucking under to flatten. Holding that position, take your breath in. Exhale to release back out. So as you're tucking under, you're trying to get your back as flat as you possibly can into the floor, using just your pelvis and your tummy muscles to move. So don't squeeze your bottom. Tucking under, holding there, releasing out. On this next one, we're holding our flat back position. So we tuck under and hold. So staying with your back nice and flat into the floor, we're starting to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with your pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. Keeping that back nice and flat. Think of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. Nice deep breaths. So as you're tightening here, we should feel as though the tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So now you're looking to get 50% tightening in your pelvic floor. So exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. Tightening in. And release. So we still want to keep the upper body nice and relaxed. We want the shoulders away from the ears, the chest nice and open. And if you are feeling really tense, just rotate those palms to face the ceiling. We want to pull the tummy all the way down towards the spine. And keep the weight even through your feet. So remember, big toe, little toe, heel. We're going to half one last time. So this time we're 20 to 25% tightening. So just a gentle lifting, something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. Keeping that flat back, just gently tightening. So now the tummy muscles and the pelvic floor should be keeping your back in a really strong, flattened position. From here, we're going to bring the legs up into tabletop. We're going to glue the legs together today. And from here, as you breathe out, you're going to tip your legs over towards one side, releasing one hip from the floor. Inhale, bring both the legs back to the center, flat back. And we swap sides, tipping over. You're releasing that hip. Back to the center. And we swap sides. So although you've got one hip releasing from the floor, we're trying to keep both shoulders in contact with the mat. So you use your tummy to take the legs over to the side. Bring you back to the center, find your flat back. Then again onto the other side. Keeping the upper body relaxed, don't lift the shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Got 2 more on each side. So we're tipping over. And center, grounding the shoulders, tip over. And center, last one each side, tipping over. And center, tipping over. And center, then we're just going to hug those knees in, little rock from side to side. So from here we go onto our hands and knees to do our stretch through our back. So take the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, the tummy is nice and tightened here. As you breathe out, you're tucking the pelvis under, start to curve the back, arching the spine. We're going to drop that head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, the pelvis goes back to your start position. Work through the spine, piece by piece. We lift the head, tucking under to curve, arching that back, dropping the head. We hold, then we're releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece, the head lifts. So what we want to do is get loads of movement through the back. So you're working into each section piece by piece. But if you have any areas that feel really stiff or sore, and just slow them down, take your time to really articulate each vertebrae one by one. Still taking nice deep breaths. Shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. So as we're curving the back here, pull the tummy all the way in. Holding that stretch, just your deep breath in. And as we return to our start position, think shoulders are away from the ears. We've got 2 more here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping that head. We hold. Releasing back to your start position. Through the spine. We lift the head. This is our last one here. Tucking under. Curving the spine. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out. Take your time here. Through the spine. Piece by piece. Let the head lift. Good. From there, we're going to push back into a shell stretch. Bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. Drop that head. Good. We're going on to our backs. We're going to find neutral. We've got the knees bent, feet on the floor. So from here, making sure you've got your knees in line with your hips. So we're not knocking in. Not splaying out, your hips are level, you're curved under your lower spine. Relax the arms. As you breathe out, I want you to tuck your pelvis under to flatten your lower back into your mat. Squeeze your bottom and start to lift it. Nice and slow, you're peeling through the spine to lift your hips up from your mat. Just to where you can go. Holding there, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, tuck your rib cage under first. Roll down. Piece by piece. Releasing out to neutral. So we're going to tuck under to flatten. Squeeze the bottom, start to lift. We're peeling away from the floor. Piece by piece, bring those hips up as high as you can, holding that lifted position. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the ribcage under, roll down through the spine, releasing out to neutral. So again, we want to get loads of movement through the back. Nice big squeeze of your bottom to start that lift off. Pressing into the feet. Big toe, little toe and heel. Once you've got that high position, hold. Take a deep breath in. Tuck under, control down. Through the spine. Releasing out to neutral. So we want to make sure that the shoulders are staying relaxed. They're not lifting up to your ears. Turn your palms to the ceiling if you're feeling really tense. Tummy and pelvic floor are tightened. And again, just slow down any areas that feel stiff or sore. Take your time. There's no rush here. Deep breaths. I don't want any of you to be holding your breath at any point during these movements. Nice deep breath in. Exhale down. do 2 more of these. Tucking under to flatten. Squeeze, start to lift, peeling away. Bring those hips up as high as you can. Deep breath in. Tucking under. Try and keep that movement nice and fluid. Got one more here. We tuck under. Squeeze the bottom, peel away. Coming up high, deep breath in. Then really take your time here to control down through the spine. And as you release out, just lengthen out those legs and the arms. Give the legs a nice shake out. Well done. We're going to stay on our backs, coming back to that neutral position with the knees bent, feet on the floor. We're going to go into our ab prep, which is our small crunch sit-up style movements. So again, knees are in line with your hips, arms start down beside you. Take a deep breath in to nod your head. Remember that chin to chest position. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor. We're holding here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. So the movements aren't very big. My back is staying in contact with the floor. It's only my shoulders and the upper back that's lifting. We hold. Control back down. Keep the tummy really tightened. That's what's lifting you. We're trying to get this nod of the head to relax your neck. So you're really thinking chin to chest. Pull the belly button down to lift yourself up. We're reaching the arms nice and long to begin with, to try and keep those shoulders away from the ears. So we're going to do 2 more of these, including this one, and then we'll change our arms. Just got one more here. The same as yesterday, bring the arms across the chest, so you're giving yourself a nice hug. The movement stays the same. Breathe in to nod. Exhale to lift. Your lift might not be as high, that doesn't matter. Breathe in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting those shoulders. We hold. Control back down. I hope you're still breathing. So now that you've moved your arms, just make sure that you haven't lifted your shoulders to your ears. They're still down and away, nice and relaxed. We're keeping the tummy nice and tightened. Got 2 more here. change our arms one last time. So again, it's the same as yesterday. Your hands are one on top of the other. They're going either onto your forehead or behind your head. It's completely up to you which one you want to use. Your movement stays the same. Breathe in to nod. Exhale to lift. We hold, breathe in. Exhale to come back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders. Hold at the top. Control back down. If your hands are supporting your head, remember you're still using the nod and you've got your hands on your head and not your neck. Holding there. Control back down. Breathe. Got those elbows nice and wide. Keeping the chest really open. Remember, shoulders are down. We've got two more here. This is your last one. As you relax down, you're going to hug those knees in. If your neck is sore, just rock your head from side to side. And from here, we're going to go on to our fronts. If you need a drink, then grab one as you change position. So for laying our fronts, same as yesterday, those legs come up nice and long. Try and keep them quite close together. Hands are mat width apart and they're in line with your ears. You're going to look down towards the floor. Take a deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, push the nose forward to lift the head and the chest from the mat. You're keeping your forearms down. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Push the nose forwards. Lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. So we want to be working every muscle in the legs, from your feet all the way into your bottom. If your legs or your feet start to cramp, tuck the toes under, as I'm doing now. That will just help to lengthen the back of your legs. We want to pull the belly button all the way in towards your spine. So your bottom and your tummy are keeping your back nice and strong. We've got those shoulders down. Chest is nice and open. Head is lifted. Think of getting longer as you lift away from the floor. We've got two more here. And then we're going to be changing the position of the arms. This is your last one. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. From here, we're going to take the hands one on top of the other. So your elbows are pointing out each side. And you're going to rest your forehead onto your hands. From here, take a deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, hovering the upper body from the floor. Take the hands with you. Breathe in to hold. Exhale to control back down. Lifting up. Holding here. Control back down. It doesn't matter here if your lift is quite small. You're just working to where you're able to lift. You're trying to keep those elbows wide, chest open. Remember to take nice deep breaths. We've got 2 more. Lifting up. Holding there. Control back down. 1 more time. Lifting up. And down. Relaxing there to push yourself back into a shell stretch. So remember, bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. From here, we're going to go into 100. So same as yesterday, I'm going to talk through what we're going to do first, and then we'll all go together. Then coming onto your back, we're going to be laying in a nice flat back position. So you need to really tuck yourself under, get rid of that gap under your lower spine. We're going to keep the 100 the same as yesterday, but just slightly adjust the arms. Your legs are going to come into tabletop like we had yesterday. Remember, if your neck is sore, leave your head rested. If not, you're lifted through the upper body, and with your arms long, but your palms will now face the ceiling. So yesterday the palms faced the floor, today we rotate them to lift. So now, as you do your 100 beats, your arms are going to be pushing up towards the ceiling, like this. So you want to imagine you're pressing against some resistance. It's the same amount, you've got 100 repetitions. Same breathing, 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So it will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, hands come behind the head to support. Keep that chin to chest position. 2 sets of 8 sitting up towards those legs. Just little sit-ups. The head will rest back, so will the arms. Your legs will lengthen. And we're going to do our 2 sets of 8, crisscrossing the legs. Don't worry if there's a bend, just crisscross the lower leg. From there we'll relax and we'll take a stretch. I will talk with you everything so you know what's going on. Make sure I do 100 and not too many. Let's get going. So tuck under, nice flat back position. Legs into tabletop. If you're lifting up, nod that head, lift the shoulders, arms are long, palms face the ceiling. We're beating as we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here. Hands come behind your head. Chin to chest. We're sitting up for 8, 7, 6. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. Tummy's in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest that head back, arms relaxed, lengthening your legs. We crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there. Hug those knees in. Well done. Control that breathing. Come into a nice full body stretch. Arms and legs are long. Give those legs a little shake out. And then we're going to bring ourselves up to sitting. Grab a drink if you need one. So as we come to sitting, knees are bent, feet are on the floor. We're going to do the same movement we did yesterday. So tall through the body, arms are going to be long, shoulder height, shoulder width apart. So from here, as you breathe out, pull your tummy in to curve your back. Start to lean away from the legs. No further than halfway. You can keep it small. We're holding here to take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, pull the tummy in more. Lift yourself up and over. Inhale, sit nice and tall through the spine. Ready to go again. Curve and lean away. Holding that position, breathe in. Tighten more, lift up and over. Restack your spine. Sit nice and tall. Ready to go again. Curve and lean away. So you're really working in your tummy to hold you here, but also lifting you up and over. Make sure as you're sitting up nice and tall, you get that head lifted before you start to curve and move again. Keep the arms reaching forwards the whole time until you start to restack the spine. Get those shoulders away from your ears. Try to get some tightening in your pelvic floor so that we can work deep into those lower tummy muscles. Getting nice and strong. You've got 2 more here. Curve and lean away. We hold. Lift up and over. Sitting tall through the spine. 1 more here. Curve and lean away. Holding there. Lift up and over. Sitting tall through the spine. And relax. Good. To stretch out here, we're going to take the soles of our feet together. So your knees are nice and wide. Hips are really open. Just curve yourself forwards towards those feet. If you want to increase that stretch, we're going to push the elbows into the legs. And we're leaning forwards. Good. Now we're going to go into our roll up. So we'll take our legs nice and long on the floor. And you're going to lay yourself back. If you would usually use a towel here underneath your lower spine, pop it in that curved position. If you have got a band at home, you can use it if you want to. If you want to have the legs nice and long, no wider than your hips. Get those feet flexed, you're pushing your toes up to your face. You should have a slight curve underneath your lower back, unless you've placed something underneath there, in which case it will fill that space. Arms rest down beside you. We take a deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale, start to lift the shoulders from the floor. Remember that if you can only lift halfway, that is where you stay. If you can, you come all the way up and over, reaching towards those toes. Take a deep breath in to hold your position wherever that is. Exhale to control yourself down. Pull the tummy in. To relax down to the floor. Chin to chest. Lifting those shoulders to come up and over. Reaching those arms nice and long. We hold. Exhale to control back. So if you're only lifting halfway, that's where we hold. We're keeping good form and just working to where our body will allow us to move. So I want you to pull your tummy all the way down. That's what's lifting you up from the floor. Use your breath. If you use your exhale on a force as you're pushing it out of your body, it will help to give you more momentum as you lift. If you're coming to the top, reach towards or past those feet, really stretching through the legs. If you want to make that movement a little bit more advanced, same as yesterday, arms come across the chest. Same thing, breathe in to nod. Exhale to lift. Come up and over. I still want you to reach to those feet. Breathing in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Get those shoulders away from your ears. Still using your breath. Pushing that exhale out. Stretching forwards. If your lift is only a halfway lift with long arms, you can still add the hug arms in. You just keep that lift small. So long as your tummy is working, I don't mind where you're lifting to. You're using that breath. We're going to take 2 more of these. So we've got one more here as we finish this last one. Chin to chest. Lifting up as far as you can go. Reaching those arms. Getting a nice stretch in the body. Controlling yourself back. So as you finish your last one, just relax on your mat. You're using something under your back, take it out. Just have a nice full body stretch. Long through the arms and the legs. From here we're going to be finding a flat back position. So we want to take the pelvis tucked under so that you know you've lost the gap under your lower spine. From here we're going to bring the legs into tabletop, placing the hands beside the knees. If your neck is sore, leave your head down. If not, we nod the head, lift those shoulders off. As you breathe out, you're going to reach one leg long and away, the other leg stays bent. Inhale to the center. We're swapping sides, reach long and away. And center. We're reaching away. and centre. So it doesn't matter how high or low the leg that you're moving travels. What I want is a straight leg as it's moving away from you. So straighten your knee as much as you can. Just take your time to lengthen through the leg. The tummy should pull down. Tighten your pelvic floor so you've got a flat position through your lower back. Get your chin to chest position. You can rest your head down if you need to. We're going to take 2 more on each side, unless I lose count. Last one on each side. And relax down, hug those knees in. From here, we're going to keep our flat back position. It's still nice and tucked on to make sure it's nice and strong. The legs lift to tabletop again. This time your hands are behind your head. Nod your head, lift your shoulders. From here, you're going to take one leg nice and longer, the leg stays bent, and you twist towards the leg you've straightened. It's the opposite way to the way you want to move. Inhale to the centre, swap sides, reach long, twist that long leg. Come back to the centre. Reach long and twist. Back to the centre. So by twisting towards that long leg, you should find that you've got a greater range of movement to twist your upper body over. Keep the leg long. Keep your chin to chest position. Tummy and pelvic floor stay tightened. 2 more on each side. Last one each side. Relax there. Hug those knees in, rock from side to side. Good. From here, I'm going to place both feet back onto the mat. Now we're in a neutral position. Slight curve under your lower back. We want to make sure those knees are in line with the hips, so they're not knocking, they're not splaying out. Rest your arms beside you. We're taking a deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, squeeze your bottom and push those hips up as high as you can go. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to come back down. So you don't need to roll through the spine like we did at the very beginning. We're going to squeeze to push up. Holding there. Control back down. Nice deep breath. Squeeze. Drive the hips up. We hold. Control back down. So it's the squeeze of your bottom and pressing into your feet that gives you that nice high lift. You're just lifting to where your body will allow you to move. I want you to keep your tummy pulled all the way down to keep the ribcage and the chest in line. Nice deep breaths. You should not be holding your breath at any point. Get your shoulders nice and relaxed. Rotate those palms to the ceiling if you're feeling really tense. And just make sure you've got that pelvic floor tightened. It's tightening as you're driving your hips up. We're going to strengthen deep into those lower tummy muscles. Let's take 2 more here. On our last one, we're holding lifted. From this last one, we're going to stay lifted nice and high. So here we're going to keep the squeeze in our bottom. Make sure your hips do not drop from where they are right now. Your legs are going to squeeze in together and release. Squeeze in and release. Deep breath. Don't adjust your feet. It's just the legs push in and release. Pushing in and release. Squeeze and release with 4 more here. Push in, release. Tummy's tightened, push, release, push, release. 1 more, pushing in. Check those hips are as high as they possibly can be. I know you can go a little higher. Holding there, then slowly control down through the spine. Breathe. Release to neutral. Take those legs out long. Good. From now on our fronts, if you need a drink, then grab one as you change position. So laying on your front, take those legs nice and wide, just a little bit wider than your mat, turning those feet out. Bring your hands mat width apart, in line with your ears, looking down towards the floor. From here, take a deep breath in to prepare. Exhale to push the nose forwards, lift your head and your chest. This time I'm going to press down into our hands, and if you can, start to lift up higher, just to where you're able to go. Holding here, take a deep breath in. Exhale to control back down through the body onto your mat. Push the nose forwards, lift your head and your chest. Pressing down into the hands to lift up high. Make sure these hips are staying down. Holding there, breathe in. Control down through the spine. Back down onto your mat. So it doesn't matter how high or low you're lifting. You're working to where your body will allow you to move. We're going into a full extension position with our spine. We need to make sure that our back is really strong. Squeeze your bottom and pull your tummy in as much as you can. Get your shoulders away from your ears. Keep that head looking forwards. Nice and tall through the body. We're going to take 2 more here. We're going to change the position of our arms. This is your last one here. So from here, we're going to take our hands into a narrow position. So if you make a triangle with your thumbs and your index fingers, bring that triangle so it's underneath your face, so your elbows are wide, and look down towards it. From here, as you breathe out, push the nose forwards, lift your head and your chest. Pressing down into the floor, we're lifting up as high as we can go. Holding there, take a deep breath in. Exhale to control back down. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. Press down into your hands, we lift up high. Holding there, take a deep breath in. Exhale to control down onto your mat. So same as before, keep the bottom squeezed, the tummy's nice and tightened. Back stays strong, just lifting to where you can go. With your hands in this narrow position, you're likely to feel this more underneath your arms and into your shoulders. Just stay really strong as you press down into the floor. Remember, nose pushes forwards, your head is looking out the whole time that you're lifting. We're taking 2 more here. This is your last one. Good. From here, we're going to push back into our shell stretch. So remember, bottom to the feet, reaching those arms out in front. And from here, I want you to just creep those fingertips forwards. And then we're going to be on our hands and knees. So from here, what we're going to do is take the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Get your tummy nice and tightened. As you breathe out, take opposite arm and leg nice and long, and we lift. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. We're swapping sides, reach long, and lift. Hold in there. Control back down. So I don't mind how high or low your arm and your leg are moving. What you want is the length. You're straightening as much as you can at your elbow and your knee. You want to keep the tummy really tightened. That's going to help you maintain your balance. And to keep a long line through your back. Remember, hands come underneath your shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Opposite arm and leg. Got 2 more on each side, then we'll add some movement in. Breathe. Last one on each side. Okay, so adding some more movement in. Similar to what we did yesterday, but instead of the leg moving, it will be the arm. So you're still taking opposite arm and leg long and lift. This time the leg stays still, but your arm is going up. 2, 3, 4. Control back down. We swap sides, reaching long and lift. The arm pushes up. 2, 3, 4. Control back down. Breathe. Push up. 2, 3, 4. Control back down. Up. 2, 3, 4. We still want that nice long line all the way from the fingertips to the toes. Got 1 more set on each side. Up. 2, 3, 4. This is the last time. Reach long and lift. Push up. 2, 3, 4. Relax there. Just give those wrists a little roll out. We're going to stay on the hands and knees. This time we're tucking our toes under. If your wrists feel really sore, come down to your forearms just to give them a little rest. If not, stay on long arms. As you breathe out, you're going to press into your hands and your feet as you pull your tummy all the way in. So we're going to exhale, lift just an inch or so from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale to lift up. Inhale down. So if you're on your forearms, just a little bit closer to your mat, lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. So you're thinking tummy is lifting you. Hands and feet are there for support. 4 more here. Deep breaths. Last 2. Relaxing there. Roll through your wrists. You're going to do planks. So from here, we're going to bring the upper body towards the end of the mat. Same as last exercise, either long arms or drop onto your forearms. If your wrists are sore, let them rest. From here, we're going to take one foot back behind us. Your weight goes into your toes. Your other leg comes out to join it. Find a nice strong plank position. Hold for a breath in and out. Knees go down. Then when you're ready, we go again. Stepping back with one foot, then the other. Strong plank position, breathe in and out. Knees go down. So if you're on your forearms, just dropping down. Exactly the same thing. Find that plank position, breathe in and out. Knees go down. Making sure that as you're coming into your plank, you're squeezing your bottom, pulling your tummy in before you place those knees down. Breathe. We've got 2 more here. Step back, plank, breathe in and out. Knees come down. Last one, back, plank position, hold. Knees go down. Relaxing there, roll through those wrists. Take some nice deep breaths. Good, we're going to come into our stretches. You can do these standing up if you prefer, but to stay in shot, I'm going to be on my knees. So we're just going to take a nice roll back of the shoulders. Nice deep breaths. And forwards. Roll those shoulders forwards. Good, let's bring those arms out to the side. Lifting straight up, then you're reaching over. Come back to the center. Lift up, stretch over. One more time on each side, we're lifting up, stretching over, lifting up, stretching over. Now same with your class. How quick is that hour gone?